Okay, so I'm going to take my ball and just place it in the center of my mat. And the first exercise we're going to do is called the ball sit. So I want you to just find your spot right on top of your ball or on your chair. And with yourself sitting on the chair or on the ball, you want to feel your feet firmly rooted into the floor. So my legs are about hip width apart, no wider than my shoulder width. And then I feel my feet flat on the floor. And ideally my knees are in line with my hips as well. And then my hips are right on top of my shoulders and my head is stacked on top of that. You want to allow your pelvis to get into what we call a neutral pelvic position, right? So where the hip bones and the pubic bone are on the same plane. In this case, it's a vertical plane because we're not laying flat on the mat right now. So just sitting here with your hands on your knees, you can already feel your abdominals engaging a bit more because the surface beneath you is not stable. This ball might not look like it's moving much, but it is moving a little bit, and I am working very hard internally to sit in a very stable way on this very unstable surface beneath me. Okay? So we always use this Pilates breath in our practice where we inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth like we're blowing air out of an imaginary straw. So let's do that a few times here. So let's take a nice deep breath in through your nose and then exhale out through that imaginary straw. And feel your abdominals pull in and up as you exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale. And then exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. And then exhale out. Good. So now that we know we can sit on the ball, let's play with the pelvis on the ball. So we're going to do some hip movements. So let me start by facing this way for the first bit of our hip movements. So I'm just going to take my pelvis from one side to the other side. So as I do this, I'm really moving my spine in lateral flexion. So from my pelvis up through a little bit of the lower back, there's a little bit of side bending happening, and I'm rolling side to side on the ball. And again, still having that neutral pelvic position, neutral spine to start, and just moving in and out of that as I go side to side. Yeah. Good. One last time. And then now, I'm going to go back this way to show you. So instead of going side to side, now we're going to go front and back. So I'm going to curl my tailbone under and then reach my tailbone back. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. Draw the navel in, curl the tailbone under, and then reaching back. So if you look at my pelvis, you see it moving and how that affects the lower spine. But if you look from my mid-back all the way up to my shoulders and my head, you shouldn't see very much moving at all. And again, Pilates is all about what's not moving, not so much about what's moving, it's what's not moving. Take a deep breath, exhale, and one more time. And exhale, curl under. Find your neutral position. Sitting right on top of your sits bones, shoulders back and down, shoulders over your hips, crown of your head lifts up to the sky. Now, let's do a little circle. So, we're going to start by curling the tailbone under, and then I'm going to roll to one side, roll around to the back, roll around to the other side, and then tuck under. And again, Kind of going around the world. Good, now let's go in the opposite direction. Inhale and exhale. One more time in this circle. And then find your neutral position. Very good. Okay, so moving on. So we have ball sit with a foot lift. So as we do this exercise and we focus on lifting up one foot at a time, we want to make sure that we don't disturb the pelvis and the spine. Okay, so we find our neutral pelvic position, neutral spine, shoulders over your hips, draw your abdominals in and up, feet flat on the floor, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, draw your abdominals in more and see if you can lift your right foot maybe like 2 or 3 inches off of the floor without disturbing your pelvic position and spine. And then place the foot down. Let's do it again. Take a deep breath. Exhale, draw your abdominals in, and then lift. So I feel my anchoring of my right foot as I lift my left, and then lower it down. Good, and then keep going on your own time. And again, if this doesn't feel safe for you on a ball, you can always do this on a chair. Notice which side feels more stable and secure. Yes, so for me, when I stand on when I anchor my right foot down, it tends to feel more secure than my left. Good, let's do one more to each side. Whoa, last time. Good. All right, so if that went well for you, we can progress to the next part, because this is like a series and it's a progression. But no need to advance in the progression if you're having trouble doing one of the exercises earlier on, okay? So the next in this progression, next one, exercise in the progression, is an extension of the knee. So I'm going to sit tall on my neutral pelvis and spine, draw my belly in and up, shoulders back and down. I'm going to lift my right foot, and then I'm going to extend my right leg, and then I'm going to bend my right knee and place my right foot down. Take a deep breath. Exhale, draw the belly in, extend that left leg, bend the left leg, place it down. Yeah, so you want to make sure nothing changes in the pelvis or the spine. So not only is this a great exercise for strengthening your core muscles and working on balance, it's a great leg exercise too. I'm really strengthening my quadriceps and my hip flexors too. Let's do one more on each side. Good, and relax. All right, so the next exercise in this progression is a leg extension with an arm lift as well. So we start by lifting that right leg, reaching that right leg forward, Reaching that left arm forward. Good. Pause. Place the leg down, place the arm down. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Shift to the other side. Reach this leg out. Opposite arm reaches out, sitting tall. Bend the knee, place the foot down. Arm down. Keep going. Let's do one more on each side. Last time. And relax. Woo! And we're back. So, this first exercise is called Soaring Eagle. And what I love about this exercise is that it opens up all the mechanisms of breath, particularly the muscles between the ribs, the intercostals. When they are stretched and pliable, we're able to take deeper breaths. So standing with our legs hip width apart, knees soft, spine long, arms down by the sides of your body. You're going to take the arms out to the sides, lift the arms above the head, and bring the palms together to touch. See if you can take even more breath in. And then as you exhale, open the arms out and down. Let's do that again. So inhale as the arms lift up and out. Palms touch. See if you can take even more breath in. Maybe pull your elbows back a little bit more. You can look up towards your hands a bit. And then exhale as the arms open out and down. Good. Keep going on your own time, coordinating your movement with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do two more. One more time. And exhale out. So in traditional Chinese medicine, it's said that air is the most accessible form of qi that there is, and that the lungs are the commanders of qi. But it also says that the kidneys are the organ that grasps the qi in the body and pulls it down to fill and feed the organs, particularly the kidneys. So here we are. Let's move on to knocking on the door of life, which will bring some energy to the kidneys. So turning from the hips and the waist side to side and knocking on the low back and the abdomen, activating key pressure points in the low back. So just behind your navel, just a couple of inches, is what's called the door of life. And the door of life is connected to the kidneys. And the kidneys are related to our constitution, our essence, the energy that we inherit from our ancestors. Make sure you relax your shoulders as you move from the center of your body. And now let's tap on the corner of the chest just below your collarbone. Pouring fresh energy into the lungs. Now let's tap on the top of the shoulder, base of the neck. Inviting the neck muscles and the shoulders to relax. Now let's go back down to the chest again. And then to the waist and the low back. And if you'd like to, you can look over your shoulder a bit more. Get a little bit more rotation in your spine. And then begin to slow the movement down. Slow it down. Slow it down until you are still. Good. So now we're going to do an exercise called bear walking, which is part of the 5 animal frolics practice. And so we're going to take the legs and feet a little bit wider, like to the width of the shoulders. And the arms are going to be down, the knees are going to be soft. And we're just going to turn from the hips and the waist side to side, but allow your pelvis to move more. So it's almost like my hip bones are turning to the sides a bit. And then as you turn from your waist, you're going to bend your elbows and knock along the low back and the abdomen. But this time I want you to think about the soft fist tapping just below your navel. Bringing some energy not only to the kidneys, but also to the digestive organs. Again, relaxing your shoulders. Just imagine that you are a happy bear walking through the forest. Now begin to slow the movement down, slow it down, slow it down, until we come to a point of stillness. Good. So the next exercise we're going to do is called lunging twist with the arm reach. So we're going to again pour fresh energy into the spine, opening the spine, pouring energy into the kidneys. So I'm going to have the legs a little bit wider than your shoulders. The knees are going to be bent. I'm going to take one arm behind me, right around the low back, and then I'm going to take this other hand. I'm going to grab hold of the wrist and just pull across. So if you have healthy shoulders, go ahead and do this. If not, feel free to modify. And then from here, I'm going to take this other hand, bring it to here. I'm going to rotate this leg and the hips, and the hand is going to be here by the ribs, and then I'm going to continue to rotate through the spine and then reach back behind me with the palm facing up. And then I'm going to untwist. I'm going to reach the arm around the back, and then I'm going to take the other hand, it's going to pull the arm across, and then this hand is going to go right alongside the ribs. I'm going to take a deep breath and exhale. I'm going to turn and twist and reach. Keeping my shoulders right over my hips, staying as low as is comfortable for me. Reaching around, pulling across. Deep breath. Exhale. Enlivening the spine through movements within the range of motion of the spine. So rotation of the spine is one of the ranges of motion for the spine. And the creator of the Pilates method, Joseph Pilates, used to always say, you're only as young as your spine is flexible. Deep breath. And exhale. As you go into the lunge, make sure that the legs are hip width apart and the feet, so you don't feel like you're standing on a tightrope last time. Good. And then from here, let's take the arms out to the sides. Let's bring the palms to touch of the heart. Bring your knuckles to the breastbone. Soften your chest. Open your back. Inhale, reach the arms forward and out. And then exhale. Hands to prayer. Knuckles to the chest. Soften your chest. Deep breath. And exhale. Let's do this 3 more times. Twice more. Last time. And relax the arms down.